The chairman was being forced by the family conglomerate to sign a share transfer agreement because he had no successor. Just then, a little boy witnessed the scene and rushed in. "You people are ganging up on an old grandpa and grandma, that's immoral. You know, people who lack morals sometimes get their tongues cut out in the middle of the night." The chairman turned his head in curiosity and realized the boy was the same child he had just seen picking things up at his feet. Looking at the boy apologizing, the old man was suddenly shocked to discover that the child looked exactly like his son when he was young. At that moment, the assistant happened to bring over a video from 6 years ago showing the son with a woman. Seeing this, the childless elderly couple couldn't help but feel suspicious. The little boy in front of them was very likely their biological grandson. The old man gently wiped the blood left from the boy's earlier injury with a handkerchief and ordered the assistant to take it immediately for a paternity test. It turned out that their son had never settled down before his death. The grandfather had once made a will stating that if the CEO's bloodline were cut off, all family assets would be transferred to the chairman's younger brother. Because of this, the chairman had always urged his son to marry and have children, but the son never took it seriously. Unexpectedly, just after the son finished speaking one day, the helicopter he was riding in malfunctioned. No matter how hard the pilot tried to stabilize it, the helicopter still crashed to the ground. After the crash, the richest man couldn't find his son's body, yet he was still forced by the family to hold a funeral. At the funeral, the second uncle pretended to grieve for the CEO. Seeing this, the father showed him no kindness. The second uncle then dropped the act and mocked him openly, declaring that he was now childless and that once he inherited the fortune, he would leave him homeless on the streets. What no one knew was that the CEO hadn't died after all. He survived and coincidentally reunited with the woman he had encountered years earlier. 6 years ago, the woman's adoptive parents had tried to sell her to a nouveau riche for $1 million. Unwilling to become a tool for her adoptive parents' greed, she drank alone in distress and unexpectedly ended up spending the night with the CEO. Afterward, she became pregnant. On the day her adoptive parents were discussing the wedding with the wealthy buyer, she took out a pregnancy report and announced that she was already 1 month pregnant. She even said the man could buy one, get one free if he didn't mind. The buyer, unwilling to become an instant father, immediately left. As a result, the woman was kicked out of her adoptive parents' home. 6 years later, she unexpectedly reunited with the CEO again. Although she felt he looked familiar, she didn't realize he was the man from that night. Not long after, the CEO woke up from a coma. Due to severe head trauma, he suffered from amnesia and mistakenly believed the woman and the child in front of him were his wife and son. "Are you my wife and child?" "He's lost his memory," the woman thought. "I've always wanted my child to have a father, maybe we can just go along with it for now." And so, by a twist of fate, the three of them became a family. The next day, the woman took the boy with her to work at the Guardian Group. That day also happened to be the day the chairman was supposed to transfer the company to his younger brother. Because the boy was playful, he accidentally kicked his ball to the chairman's feet. This led to the grandfather and grandson meeting for the first time, which later resulted in the secretary arranging a paternity test. When the chairman and his wife arrived at the conference room, the younger brother impatiently demanded that the chairman hand over his position, insisting that the CEO was already dead and that there was no way a grandson could suddenly appear out of nowhere. Hearing this, the shareholders also pressured the chairman to comply with the old master's will. Seeing the chairman still hesitating, the younger brother had people restrain him and tried to force him to sign the share transfer agreement. At the same time, the secretary received the paternity test results confirming that the boy was indeed the chairman's biological grandson and immediately rushed to the company with the report.